Okay, we're going to go over um, the worksheet, the worksheet for the first 2 days, the 1-1-1 and 1-1-2 worksheet for descriptive statistics. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And this is the very first worksheet. So for this worksheet right here, this is going over descriptive statistics, and this is the very first worksheet for this course. And so I just want to make sure that you know exactly how to go through this. Right at the beginning, we have some definitions. They're broken up for you by like how they should be, like how they go together. You know, nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio go together, qualitative and quantitative go together, continuous, discrete go together, so on and so forth, and then dichotomous down here. Then you've got the lectures. Okay, there's 3 lectures on Canvas that you should be watching, and here's the textbook that you should read. Then coming down here, there's some application after reading through all this, reading through the textbook. Now we've got some questions for you. And it's important that you understand how to complete these questions, because when I ask you questions on the quizzes, I want to make sure that you know how to actually complete this information, complete these tasks. And if you know how to complete these tasks, you shouldn't have any issues on those quizzes. So I give you an example right here, and I try to give you examples in most of my worksheets. But okay, so I'm asking, okay, can you give me an example of qualitative data? Like for instance, Professor Eide is wearing a blue shirt. Oh, I'm not wearing a blue shirt, I'm wearing a green shirt. So we'll change that right here. Wearing a green shirt. It's qualitative. Green is a quality. Quantitative, the average score on the exam was an 85.4. So that's quantitative data. Dichotomous data. In class, there are 17 males and 18 females. Dichotomous is you are either male or female. So that's a dichotomous. There's lots of different dichotomous variables, but anything where there's only 2 possible outcomes is dichotomous. Another thing, nominal. In class, 6 students drive trucks, 13 drive SUVs, and 10 students drive a sedan. And so that's nominal. Notice that there's no rank. You know, trucks don't come before SUVs, don't come before sedans. You could also say, you know, 6 students are wearing yellow shirts, 12 students are wearing blue shirts, 3 students are wearing red shirts, and 10 students are wearing white shirts. But that's all nominal data where you can count it. And so I want you to go through and give me examples down here as well. And you can work with your friends on this, work with your group, work with whoever to help you to do all this. But when you get to the quiz, you've got to be able to do it all on your own. So then label the following as a sample or a population. And you know, make sure that you watch the video on sample or population. The question is are you surveying, or are you looking at just a part of the people, or are you looking at the whole group? So when you see like the word all, you might be looking at the whole group. Or when you say 200 random business students, maybe you're only looking at part. And so the question is are you looking at the whole, or are you looking at the part? The whole is the population, part is a sample. And coming down here, we've got 221 college students who are asked about their fast food preferences. The answers to their questions are in this Excel document, so you can click on that, or you can actually go on Canvas, and you'll notice right down here, this is the exact same document, this 1-1-1, 1-1-2. And if you open that up, you will get, I will open it up from my computer. Okay, so we've got Excel. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm pulling it up right here. We've got the data, the responses from the survey. So you'll notice that these are all the survey responses here. And then 1-1-2, these are all the survey responses for the next set that we're about to go through. But if you want to see, oh, what is it that you're actually getting? What type of data? You can come in here and you can look at this data, and then you can say, okay, this is the type of data that it is. It's either nominal or ordinal or interval or ratio. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to come right in here and you're going to say, okay, is this qualitative or quantitative? Duration. Duration is how long it took for them to take the quiz or the survey. So this is going to be quantitative because that's a uh, quantitative rank. I don't know what rank is. Let's take a look at rank. Um, rank. Yeah, I don't know what rank is. So if we don't know what it is, it puts it in order, but I really have absolutely no clue what it is. So I'm glad that we're going through this together because we're just going to put, we're going to delete rank because we don't know what that is. And so I'm going to go delete. Then response ID. So this is actually really unique. And the reason why is it's qualitative. And the reason why it's qualitative, and we're going to look at this really quick. Response ID, well, even if it was all numbers, and you'll notice we're going to zoom in, there's absolutely no order there. It's just an ID. It's just an identification. It's a unique identification. And so it is qualitative. More than that, now we're going to come over here and we're going to say, okay, is this nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio? So duration is quantitative. It's how many seconds it took. And the question is, does it have a meaningful zero? A meaningful zero means that zero means that it took absolutely 0 seconds to complete. So yes, it does have a meaningful zero. And so we're going to put ratio. Okay. And is this continuous, discrete, or dichotomous? Well, continuous means that could you have half of a second? And the answer is yes. So we're going to put continuous. Okay. Response ID, this is going to be nominal. And this is going to be discrete. And the reason why is because you can't have half of a response ID. Some people say, okay, qualitative data isn't discrete. Well, it's essentially, you can count it. So because you can count the qualitative data, we're just going to say it's all discrete. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more here. Of the following, what is your favorite place to get fast food? A lot of people get this confused. They'll think that this is, well, first of all, we do know that this is qualitative. And then where people get confused is they don't know, is it nominal or is it ordinal? Well, if I'm putting my favorite places in order, and I were to say this is my favorite, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and if I were to rank all of my favorites from top to least, then that would be ordinal. But if I'm only giving you my one favorite, it's a quality about myself, and it's nominal. And it's saying this is my favorite fast food place. It's the equivalence of saying it's my brown hair or it's my green shirt. It's a single quality about me. But when you look at it compared to others, okay, of the following, what's your favorite place to get fast food? We have one person says Chipotle, another person says Chick-fil-A, another person says Chick-fil-A. And so when you put these all together, let's do this really quick. Insert pivot table. And you'll notice we have all of these right here. And these are the different places that people said are their favorite places to get fast food. And then you can count them. And so that's all that you can do. You can't put these in order. all that you can do is count them. And so you have a count of each one of them. So that is nominal. And then is continuous or discrete or dichotomous, and this is discrete. And so you keep on going through this, and eventually you'll get down here. Um, Very similar. I want you to do the same thing down here. And then when you get into your groups, if you have time, um, it'd be really good for you guys to go through this together and come up with your own questions that say, okay, we're going to ask some questions. And with these questions, I want to get a nominal response, ordinal response, interval response, ratio, and dichotomous. And so when you get into your groups a little bit later, you can do that as well. But this is just going to be a lot of practice for you going through this information and categorizing things as qualitative, quantitative, nominal, ordinal, interval ratio, and continuous, discrete, or dichotomous. There's also some information in your books about constructs. Those constructs are really important. However, I've opted not to cover that this semester just because of our abbreviated time period. So feel free to look through that, but you're not going to be tested on that. Other than that, that's pretty much all we got for these two worksheets for the first couple days of class.